Viewers and subscribers, please make sure to subscribe to Saga News TV and give a like and share, because if you don't, you will miss out a lot of news.
32 years old Junior Young, otherwise called 10th Roy of New Road Flanker St. James, has been charged on Monday with the murder of a man who was shot in the head at a party in the area. Killed was 32 years old laborer Junior Golden, otherwise known as Papa of Provident Heights in Flanker. Reports from the Montego Bay Police are that at about 2:05 a.m. on Thursday, August 21, Golden was at a party when Young and his complice armed with a gun and approached him and attacked him. According to the police, a tussle ensued, during which Young held Golden and his accomplice opened fire at him. Both men later fled the scene. After the shooting, Golden was seen nursing gunshot wounds to the head and the police were summoned. On their arrival, he was transported to hospital where he was pronounced dead. An investigation was immediately launched, and Young turned himself into the police a day later. The police say he was charged based on eyewitness statement. His court date is been finalized. A 20-year-old Clarendon man has been charged with driving without a license. Reports from the Maypen police are that at about 10 a.m. on Monday, lawmen were conducted a spot check along the Hayes Main Road when Sumal, a construction worker of Cornpeas settlement, was signaled to stop. He complied. He was questioned by the lawman and was found to be without a license. He was informed of the offense and was subsequently charged with driving without a license. His court date has been finalized. A Hanover man has been charged after allegedly pulling a gun on another man during an argument over the condition of a motorcycle that was being loaned to him. 36 years old Dwight Atkinson, otherwise called 14, a laborer of Barbara Hill in Lucy, is charged with assault at common law and possession of a prohibited weapon following an incident in his community on Saturday, August 23. Reports from the Lucy police are that at about 2:30 p.m., 14 and another man got into a dispute over a motorcycle that belongs to Atkinson. It is alleged that Atkinson had loaned the motorcycle to the complainant, and upon its return it was inspected and found to have damage to the back rim. During the altercation, Atkinson reportedly pulled a firearm and chased the complainant while uttering threatening words. The complainant escaped injury and later reported the incident to the police. Atkinson was apprehended shortly after, have been pointed out to the lawman. He was subsequently charged following an interview conducted in the presence of his attorney. His court date is currently been finalized. Sleuths attached to the Westmoreland Police Division have charged 20 years old Dante Willis of Seaton Crescent, Savannah, with possession of identity information and possession of access device following an incident on Great George Street on Tuesday. Reports from the Savannah police are that at 6 p.m., Willis, who is a suspect in a murder, was seen in the vicinity of the police station and was accosted. He was searched, and a phone was found in his pocket. The device was searched with his possession and was found to contain several Excel files with names, address, and zip codes for individuals living overseas. The phone also contained photographs of debit cards belonging to persons living overseas. Willis could not give an account for the discovery. He was subsequently charged after a question and answer session. His court date has been finalized. Sleuths attached to the St. Catherine South Police Division have charged a taxi operator for hitting another driver in the face during an argument at a bus park in Old Harbour. Dale Balfour, 55, of D-Side Circle, Old Harbour, in the parish, is charged with assault occasioning bodily harm. Reports from the Old Harbour police are that on Wednesday, August 20, Balfour and another taxi operator got into an argument, during which Balfour punched a complainant to the left side of his face, causing bruising and swelling. A report was made to the police and Balfour was pointed out to the lawman. He was apprehended, accosted, and taken into custody. His court date has been finalized. Several charges have been laid against a brother and a sister in relation to an alleged attack on a teenager on Old Port Henderson Road, St. Catherine, on August 22. 18 years old Tamara Thomas of Garbally Drive, Spanish Town, has been charged with wounding with intent. Her brother Akeem Thomas, a 24 years old porter and delivery assistant, has been charged with assault at common law, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. The Spanish Town police say about 6 p.m. Tamara and other relatives visited the teenager house, and an argument developed. The argument escalated and a fight broke out. During the fight, the girl received a stab wound to her back. After the initial incident, Akeem allegedly went to the teen's house, grabbed her and pointed a firearm at her. A report was made to the police and the two were taken into custody a day later, where they were subsequently charged. A court date is being arranged for them. A customer service representative has been charged with rape following an incident on Port Henderson Road, St. Catherine on July 21. The man has also been charged with assault at common law, forcible adoption, possession of a prohibited weapon, and using a firearm to commit a felony. Reports from the Portmore police are that between 7:50 p.m. and 8 p.m., the man was transporting a woman in his car when upon reaching an intersection. Off the road, he stopped the vehicle. The customer service representative reportedly brandished a firearm, which he pointed at her, before having sexual intercourse with her against her will. Following the ordeal, he left her on a section of the road. A report was subsequently made to the police. The man was apprehended by lawmen on August 20 along the Spanish Town bypass. After being identified by the Jamaica Eye surveillance system, he was charged. On Wednesday, following an identification, he is set to appear before the St. Catherine Parish Court on Tuesday. Charges have been expected to laid against the father of one of the two children, who were missing after their bodies were discovered on Wednesday in Swamp District, Monique, St. Ann. The children are 1-year-old Amir Sanders and 3 years old Shamir Henry. Were reported missing Tuesday evening. A search was launched. However, they were not found. The police, aided by members of the Jamaica Defense Force, resumed the search on Wednesday, which ultimately led to the discovery of the two children. It is reported that one body was discovered at the back of the house, where the family lived, while the other was discovered some distance away. The police say the father of one of the children is currently in hospital receiving medical treatment. Based on the evidence so far, it is pointing unto him being the main suspect, said commanding officer for St. Ann, acting senior superintendent Ron Elliott. Elliott said the man and his Kamala's post were drinking ganja tea, after which he began behaving boisterous. He allegedly used scissors to stab both children, according to Elliott. A firearm and 380 rounds of ammunition were seized by the police in Exchange Outriers sentence on Tuesday. Reports from the Outriers police are that at about 7:25 p.m., lawmen on patrol in the area observed two men walking along the roadway, one of which had a bag across his chest. The police say both men were stopped and searched. During the search, the firearm and ammunition were found in the bag. The man who had the bag in his possession were taken into custody. However, his identity is being withheld pending further investigation. A businessman who is accused of hitting another with a board in a market on Brigade Street, Black River, St. Elizabeth on Wednesday is now facing charge of wounding with intent, assault, occasional bodily harm. Charge is Davian Legister, otherwise called Danny Boy. According to police report, a man was in the market on Brigade Street at about 8 p.m. making a purchase when Legister allegedly approached him and used a piece of board to hit him all over his body. The man reportedly sustained multiple bruises and swellings. A report was made to the police, and Legister was later pointed out to the lawman. He was subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. A carpenter will answer to burglary charge following an incident on Pagan Drive, St. Elizabeth on August 22. He has been identified as 35 years old Nico Edwards of Rice Peace District, Akovia. Reports from the Santa Cruz police are that at 5 a.m. the complainant securely locked her house and went to bed. Moments later, Edwards allegedly forced open a window leading to the living room and unlawfully entered the house. The complainant was awakened and went to the kitchen, where she saw Edwards inside her house. He ran from the dwelling, but an alarm was raised, and Edwards was apprehended by residents. He was later handed over to the police, questioned, and subsequently charged. His court date is being finalized. The Independent Commission of Investigation (INDECOM) has launched a probe into the shooting and injury of a woman by her partner, who is a policeman. The incident allegedly occurred on Wednesday night on Morant Bay, St. Thomas. Reports are that about 8:30 p.m., the detective corporal and the woman were at home when a dispute developed. The policeman reportedly discharged his firearm, and it was later discovered that the woman had suffered gunshot wounds. She was taken to hospital for treatment.